Welcome back, tribe. I have one here that I've been wanting to discuss for a minute. The modern, brutal reality of masculinity, what men are going through today. Try to picture this, and I know many of you can follow along and imagine this. It probably was you earlier today. You were sitting there right now, just like you are, scrolling through another feed, watching another video, looking for answers about what it means to be a man. Deep down, you kind of know something's off. You can feel it in your gut every morning when you wake up. Every time you're in a meeting, nodding along with bullshit. Every night when you're lying in bed, questioning if you're doing this whole man shit correctly. Your grandfather didn't have these questions. He woke up every day knowing exactly what he had to do. Your father might have started feeling the shift, but he still had a clear blueprint. But you're trying to navigate a world where every fucking direction you turn, someone's got a different definition of what you're supposed to be. Just open your phone right now. Scroll through your feed. One post tells you to be a savage in the gym. Another one says you need to be more vulnerable. Some crypto bro is probably telling you to hustle 24/7, while some relationship guru says you need to find balance. Your girl wants you to be more emotional, but the moment you show real emotion, you can see the little look in her eyes, that subtle shift where she starts to see you differently. You're busting your ass at work. You're trying to climb the corporate ladder, wearing the mask every day. Yes, sir. No, sir. Great idea, sir. Swallowing your pride, playing the game, dying inside, one meeting at a time. Then you go home and try to be authentic because that's what everyone says you should be. But which version of you is authentic anymore? Do you even know? Every notification on your phone is another reminder of what you're not. Another guy with a better body, a better car, a better life, another alpha male coach telling you how you're doing it all wrong, another post about how traditional masculinity is toxic, while society still expects you to be traditionally masculine in all the ways that benefit them. You've got a gym membership that you're paying for, supplements piling up in your cabinet, a closet full of clothes trying to project success, and a bathroom counter covered in grooming products, promising to make you more of a man, Tej Handley and all that stupid shit. You're trying so fucking hard to check all these boxes, to fit in this image of what a man is supposed to be in 2024. But it feels empty, doesn't it? Like you're an actor in your own life. Remember when you were a kid, when being a man seemed simple, when you looked at your dad or your uncle or whoever you looked up to and it all just made sense? Now you're trapped in this endless loop of questioning every single move you make. Is this alpha enough? Is this aggressive enough? Not aggressive enough. Too aggressive? Should you speak up in this meeting? Should you show weakness to your girl? Every fucking decision, it feels like a trap, dude. And you're not alone in this. Look around at the gym. See all those guys taking the selfies for their Instagram stories? They're lost too. That dude at work wearing his Rolex, talking about his crypto portfolio, he's drowning just like you are in the same questions. The friend who's always posting about his Sigma male grind set, smegma, he's a real one. He's desperately searching for answers too. Social media has got you comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. You're watching these day in the life videos of successful dudes trying to copy their morning routines, their workout splits, diets, habits, thinking if you can nail the formula, you'll finally feel like the man you're supposed to be. I mean, just look at your camera roll right now. How many gym selfies do you have? How many pictures of your watches, your car, your meals? You're documenting life instead of living it, trying to prove to someone else that you're a man while that voice in the back of your head gets louder every day, questioning if you're just faking it. Think about your last workout. Were you really there to get stronger, or were you there just because that's what men are supposed to do? Be honest. Were you counting reps or counting the likes that the gym story would get you? Think about it. Or how many hoes will respond to you flexing in the mirror with a full pump? You're going through all the motions, but deep down you know there's something missing. Pull up your dating app. Look at your profile. You got the shirtless pic, probably at your best pump. You got the photo of you with your boys trying to look hard. The shot of you in a suit pretending to be on your grind. You crafted that perfect image of what you think women want, but you're still swiping left and right like a zombie. And you're matching with girls who are just as lost as you are. Remember the meeting last week at work when your boss said something you knew was complete shit. Your gut told you, speak up, bro. Say something. But you sat there silent, nodding along like a good little soldier. Then you went home and posted some quote about being a lion, not a sheep. The irony would be funny if it wasn't so fucking sad. You're sitting there in your apartment right now, surrounded by all the stuff that's supposed to make you a man. Your protein shaker, your colognes, your perfectly curated bookshelf with all those self-help books you never even finished. You got the tactical backpack you never use, the beard oil that promises to make you look more masculine, supplements that swear they'll boost your testosterone. Think about your group chat. You and your boys sharing memes about being Sigmas, posting gains, talking about the grind. But when was the last time you actually talked about the shit that keeps you up at night? The real fears, the doubts, the questions about where your life is heading. You can't, because that's not what men do, yeah? Open up your browser's history, bro. How many hours have you spent watching videos about being an alpha male? How many podcasts have you listened to about mastering masculinity? How many articles have you read about increasing your sexual market value? You're consuming all this content, trying to find the cheat code to being a man while feeling less like one every video you watch. What a vicious fucking cycle. And then check your Instagram feed. You're following all these masculine mentors, high value male coaches, yeah? Each one is selling you a different version of the same bullshit, packaged with some fancy graphics and buzzwords. They're telling you to be a warrior, a king, a wolf, smegma male. Everything except yourself. And you're buying it because at least it's something to hold on to. Remember the girl you were talking to, the one you really liked? Remember how you spent the whole time trying to maintain frame to seem unaffected, trying to play it cool? How'd that shit work out? She saw right through it, didn't she? Because nobody could keep up an act forever. Pull up your calendar, same shit. Look at all the reminders. Hit the gym, track macros, cold shower, meditate, journal, network, side hustle. You turned your entire life into a performance, following someone else's script for what a man should be. But if you stop doing all that tomorrow, who would you actually be? You see, your phone's probably blown up with notifications while you've been reading this, if you're even paying attention to the screen. Another email about grinding harder, another post about optimizing your life, another reminder that you're not doing enough, not being enough, not man enough. The hamster wheel never stops, does it? You want to know the real reason none of this shit is working? Why you can't follow every alpha male guide, copy every successful guy's morning routine, and still feel empty? Because you're building a house without a foundation. You're so busy trying to look like a man that you've forgotten how to be one. Think about this. When is the last time you were in a group and someone said something you knew was wrong? Your stomach tightened, your jaw clenched, every fiber of your being wanted to speak up, but you didn't. You looked at your phone, took a sip of a drink, waited for the moment to pass. In that silence, in that cowardice, you felt a piece of yourself die. You know that guy at work, the one everyone respects, even though he's not the best looking, the most jacked, or the highest paid? Watch him carefully. He's not playing the game. When he disagrees, he says it. When he believes in something, he stands by it. No filters, no performance, no bullshit. That's what having a spine looks like. Remember the argument with your girl when you knew you were right, but ended up apologizing anyway because it was easier? The weight in your chest wasn't about the argument. It was your self-respect packing its bags and walking out the door. Every time you fold on something you believe in, you're trading your manhood for comfort. Just look in the mirror right now. Take a good fucking look. Behind that carefully crafted image, the workout results, the grooming routine, the fashion choices, there's a guy who's afraid of standing alone, afraid of being disliked, afraid of losing what he has. But what do you really have if you're too afraid to be yourself? The promotion you want? You're not going to get it by being another yes man in a suit, the girl you're interested in. She's not going to respect you because you agree with everything she says. The life you dream of? It's not waiting at the end of someone else's roadmap, bro. You're scared of having opinions. Every time you post something, you check the likes. Every time you speak, you scan the faces for approval. Every time you make a decision, you wonder what others will think. You're living your life like a fucking poll, always counting votes that don't matter. Remember when you were a kid and you believed in something so strongly you'd fight for it? No strategies, no social calculations, no worry about personal brand, just raw, honest conviction. That fire didn't die. You buried it under layers of social media approval and corporate conditioning. Think about your role models, not the ones you follow on Instagram. Fuck them. The real ones. The men who actually impacted your life. Were they obsessed with their image? Did they constantly talk about being alpha? Or did they just try to stand for something and let their actions speak for themselves? You're tired of playing pretend. I know it. You're tired of checking every word, filtering every thought, questioning every single action. Tired of being a watered down version of yourself to fit into boxes that were never meant for you. That exhaustion, that's your authenticity trying to break free. You want to know what real strength looks like? It's telling your boss his idea is wrong when everyone else is just nodding. It's sticking by your principles when they cost you opportunities. Being the only one not laughing at a fucked up joke. It's risking rejection for honesty and choosing the hard truth over comfortable lies. The moment you start living with that genuine conviction, people will try to break you, dude. They'll call you difficult, toxic, problematic. Your boss will warn you about not being a team player. Your friends will say you changed, bro. Your girl will test your resolve. They're not trying to hurt you. They're trying to force you back in your assigned box where you're safe, predictable, easy to control. See, when you start to speak the truth, you'll lose people. That work friend who only liked you because you laughed at his bad jokes, gone. The girl who wanted a guy she could mold, gone. The social media followers who loved your motivational reposts, gone. But every person who walks away because you stood for something makes room for someone who will respect you for who you actually are. You'll face real tests, not the artificial challenges of 75-day programs or cold showers. I'm talking about that promotion that requires you to throw someone under the bus, the business opportunity that makes you compromise your values, the relationship that demands you betray yourself. These moments don't announce themselves with hashtags and photo ops. They show up disguised as reasonable compromises. Your voice will shake the first time you really use it. Believe me, your hands will sweat, your heart will race. Standing alone feels like standing naked in a crowd. But each time you choose your truth over comfort, that voice gets stronger. Those hands get steadier, and that heart beats with pride instead of fear. The real power moves aren't the ones you post about. They're the quiet moments when you chose the harder right over the easier wrong. When you admit you don't know something instead of faking knowledge. When you take responsibility instead of making excuses, and when you defend someone who's not in the room to defend themselves. That's what being a man is about. And the guy you admire, the one who seems to effortlessly command respect, he's not following a blueprint. He's not running game, and he's not holding frame, or at least thinking about it. He just stopped giving a fuck about impressing people and started giving a fuck about living up to his own standards. That's the difference between manufactured confidence and genuine self-respect. Your DMs are probably full of coaches promising to turn you into alpha male in 90 days, selling you programs about dominating life, crushing goals, bro, and becoming high value as fuck. But you already know the truth. No course, no mentor, no program can give you what you can only build through choices and consequences. It's all on you. No one's going to pick your ass up out of bed every day. You want direction? Here it is. Figure out what you actually believe. Not what your favorite podcast host believes, not what your social circle believes, not what gets the most likes. What do you believe about right and wrong, about how men should act, about what makes life worth living? Then live by those beliefs until they're proven wrong or you find better ones. You'll fuck up. You'll pick the wrong hill to die on sometimes. You'll mistake stubbornness for strength. You'll lose things you wanted to keep. That's not failure. That's the tuition you're paying for developing real character. Every mistake makes your next choice clear. Every loss makes what you keep valuable. The greatest lie you've been sold is that being a man is about domination over others, nature over yourself. Real masculinity is about integrating everything together. Your strength with compassion, your courage with wisdom, your power with responsibility. Power without responsibility creates tyrants. Not because some guru tells you, but because the integration makes you whole. Look at all the most enlightened men from history. They speak similar things. And those great men will warn you about this as well. This is a lonely path. It's much easier to just play along, to post the right quotes, say the right things. But you've tried that road, man. You've done the performance. You wore the mask, and every morning you still wake up feeling like a stranger in your own skin. You don't need more information. You don't need more motivation. And you sure as hell don't need more strategies or techniques or life hacks. You need to make a choice between the slow death of constant performance and the painful rebirth of authentic living, between being liked for what you pretend to be or respected for who you are. The world doesn't need more fake alphas, and it doesn't need more tough guy acts or social media warriors. It needs men who found their backbone and their balls, men who stand for something real, men who choose courage over comfort, truth over popularity, and authenticity over being accepted. The men who build their lives on the foundation of their convictions instead of shifting sands of social approval. This isn't a path to more followers, and it's not a path to easy success or instant respect. It's a path to becoming someone you can live with, someone who can look in the mirror without flinching, dude, not feeling bad, someone who can lie down at night knowing they stood for something today. That's what being a man is. Everything else is just costume and performance. Choose your heart, bro. The heart of living a lie or the heart of being real. It's tough being what others want, and it's also tough being who you want to be. Both roads are difficult, but only one leads to becoming a man you can respect. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, let me know what you think of these kinds of episodes. thoughts in the comment section below. I'll be very interested in reading them. And if this resonated with you, let me know personally how it does and how you've dealt with it if you managed to. Shout outs to everybody in the private community. We speak about topics like this all the time, trying to get men to walk their real path in life, what makes them tick, how to last for the long term and not let the short term pitfalls stop them completely from pursuing their goals. If you think that might resonate with you, links in the description below to sign up, dude. We'll be happy to have you. As for everybody else, appreciate you doing the private consults, tuning in every day like you usually do, and for all the support you give. Take care of yourself, boys. See you on the next one.